Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Ravens Outpost. And it's morning coffee with me. Uh, how's everybody doing this morning? How's everybody doing? Mr. Lee, the tall ones. How you doing, Brent? Uh, Sandpiper, Eris, Claude. How you doing, buddy? You're here early. Let's see. Well, I hope everybody's doing good today. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Um, Last week's absence. There might be a little bit more of that, to be honest with you. I've got a lot going on. I hear you, Claude. I hear you. It's all good. I posted it last night, so I wanted to make sure everybody had a good, ample time of notification. Max, how you doing, buddy? Max freaking Powers in the house. So yeah, I've got a lot going on in my personal life. It's kind of upside down right now. Things may be changing here. What you see in the background may be changing because my studio is probably going to be changing. Just saying. Brandy, it's good to see you too. Good to see you too. Let's see. Yeah. Between my personal life being all upside down and work, I just hadn't had a whole lot of time to dedicate to putting anything together and feeling like I could put together a quality show, even to just hang out. Seriously, my attitude, my brain has just been that done. Craig, how you doing this morning, Papa C? Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh yeah, this shirt right here. This bad boy is 20 years old. At least 20 years old. Good afternoon, Lorette. Good afternoon. Good to see you. No, I've been taking some time to get myself centered and get things right. My health is all the shit. Oh, yep. It's a mess, and you know, hold on a second, Mr. Lee. I want to get me a white lion one. I've seen one a while back that I really would like to get a hold of, and it's just a simple white line in the mane and piercing blue eyes. It's just as cool as shit. But yeah, I've been trying to handle things on my end and get myself straight, doing some meditation, um, doing some studying, getting into philosophy, um, getting myself just seriously trying to get myself straight. Michael Haywood, how you doing this morning? How's things in North Kakalaki? Lymphocytic colitis. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. That is rough. Mr. Lee, I was thinking about you this morning. I was thinking it's been a while since I've seen you, man. Wondering how you been doing. Good afternoon tea time for you, brother. I was talking to yeah, absolutely. Them good vibes coming to you, man. I've been thinking a lot about a show I did a while back, wanting to do, putting together a discussion panel, a round table of people who, where we put together a think tank, really, on how we could better this field, what we could do to make things better, what we could do to attract newer people with fresher ideas to the field of the paranormal. Now, when I say that, I mean that in the broad sense, in the umbrella term of cryptids, parapsychology, in the form of looking into ghostly phenomena, angelic or demonic hauntings, and UFOs. You know, the whole gambit. Good morning, Jen. How you doing this morning? Yeah, Mr. Lee, fixing up a place. Yeah, DIY every day. It's a lot of work, a lot of dedication. Don't give you a whole lot of time for anything else. In my absence, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and wonder how I was doing, and that, those of you who are watching, you know who you are. And I greatly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. It meant the world to me. When you said that my absence was noticed and missed, it means a lot to me, because really this is our thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I just throw open a channel and we just all congregate. I think I'm going to have to do that. Honestly, maybe throw in a few greens here and there, but meat is pretty much going to be the main thing for me, I think. It seems the only thing that doesn't mess with my system. But yeah, the last week I was thinking about the show that I did about how to keep or bring new people in, and I got to looking around, looking at trying to figure out who I could get to join my panel. Who would sit down with me and discuss this. It might be a nighttime show. That way everybody will be able to tune in and whatnot. But in searching for people who I'd like to have on, I've come across people who I would not like to have on. Looking into things. Now, just because I've been on the interwebs here for a number of years. Good morning, Uncle Bones. Doesn't mean I know everybody that's out there. And I look into some people, and some of these channels have buku subscribers. I'm like, wow, let's see what they have to say. And I watch a couple of videos here, watch a couple of videos there, and it's like, okay, this person seems legit. Then you keep digging, and then you keep digging, and suddenly it's like there's red flags being thrown up. And you get way in the weeds in this stuff. And these are some people that are associated with other people that are close to a lot of people that's here in chat. That you know who they are. Right now, I'm not going to start name dropping a bunch of other people, but on the surface, their intentions seem well until you start really looking into it, and then you see the nefarious things behind them. Brandy, it's very well put. A high sub count doesn't make them good people, and that's absolutely true. Have to have an open mind and ability to communicate respectfully. Yes, indeed. And not feed people a lot of bullshit. And I actually ran into this early on with someone I'd been acquainted with personally for a number of years. And I've told the story about this guy before. I called him out on the channel. Never heard anything from him, by the way. But this guy obviously wanted to get into this field, exploring, Sasquatch and cryptids all together. He wanted to get into it for the money. And, being a bit of a capitalist myself, I can understand that. But I'm not going to do it at other people's expense. Morning, Mogs. Keep it real. Yeah, that's right. One of the things that hurts us most as participants and influencers in the field of the paranormal are hoaxers and sensationalists. It really, really hurts the field. I understand that there's a want to draw people in. Finding Bigfoot, I absolutely hate that show. I'm sorry, I do. That might I might step on somebody's feelings, but I cannot freaking stand it. Larry Hart, good morning. And blessings to you as well. Yeah, there's been a few videos made about some of these people who've started their mess, hoaxing, and how they've covered it up. If you get a chance, if you have not seen it yet, go to Tall One's channel, The Tall Ones. Go to The Tall One's channel and check out some of the work he's done investigating some of these individuals. It might blow your mind. And it's just it really opened my eyes to what I really needed to see. So I went back and started doing my own little digging a little bit there. It's known a few people on the inside, here and there. Listen to a few stories here and there about some of these other people and how nefarious they can be. This is something that needs to be said. This is something that needs to be looked into. These people need to be brought, the darkness, okay, here needs to be brought into the light. It really does. And if you go over to Tall Ones, show him some love and give him, let him check out his channel if you haven't already. If you haven't checked out the Tall Ones channel, if you haven't seen some of the content he's put out there regarding some of these hoaxers and just phonies, all right, you need to. You really should, because he's done really good work. My hat's off to you, brother. And I intend to chip in on that. Have a good one, Mogs. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, man. Elizabeth Martin, good morning. Yeah, it's one of these rare ones now. And I'm here to tell you, this isn't going to be an everyday thing here for a little while until I get my stuff straight. I'll pop on from time to time. But I'm going to try to put out at least 2 or 3 videos a week. I'm going to be doing a little research on my own, and I'm going to be trying to pull together that panel that I was talking about. I think it really does deserve to be. I think it deserves to be discussed. I know there's a lot of younger people who want to get into the field, but all the hoaxing and sensationalism has driven people away. It's been counterproductive. And see, he's right. He's right. He's not one of the bad guys. He doesn't care. He does care about the integrity. And when people are intentionally lying to us for their own benefit, what's that say about them? Now, looking into it, there's some people that are on the surface seem to be okay. But when you look into some of these other people, like I said, right now, I'm not going to make any accusations personally yet. But some of these people are straight up evil. You heard me right. I'll say it again. Some of these people are straight up evil. Especially at the lengths they're willing to go to to keep their secret. Right now, Tallwood's the one with the receipts. I don't have them quite yet, but he's done the research. Yeah. Yeah. Larry, you're right. There are a lot of people out here who are into this subject for the dollar. I have myself, Brandy, there's a few. There's a few. And honestly, there are some people who are hoaxing that just don't. I don't know. They're too caught up in their feels about certain things. And they want everything they see to be some type of cryptid. They want every experience they have to be some type of paranormal experience. They've had some type of ghostly encounter. They've had a brush with a demon or some type of angelic presence or something like that. Now, I want to make myself perfectly clear here that I've had my own brushes with such. I have, but not everything. I do not believe everything is tied to that. But there are people out there who want to believe that and want to, you know, throw a fit when people don't see what they see in a picture or hear what they hear, in an EVP. Sometimes it's only way is the hard way, Brandy. I hate to say it. I wish it was possible, Mr. Lee. I wish they could work it out. Sometimes, how do you know? How do you know? What it boils down to is people having integrity to come forward and call these people out who have been close to these people, who've seen and heard what they do and say, and bring it to the public's attention. Say, hey, look, it's and for a simple personal one-on-one confrontation, you say, hey, look, man, don't you think you should stop doing this shit? And if they continue to do it, what other recourse do you have? Exactly. Sometimes the only way is the hard way. I hate to put it out there like that. Yeah. A hit piece video is not the way, but a video done tactfully, showing all the receipts, is what it's going to take. But sometimes it seems like a hit piece. Sometimes it seems like, honestly, I feel that if you were bringing the darkness to light, it's not a hit piece. It's hard not calling out hoaxers. People like to enable them, even tell us it's okay if they're hoaxing, that it shouldn't matter. Yeah, but it's gotten under my skin lately. But you know, it with everything that's went on. Um, I've been in this field for probably 6 years now, and I mean it's not as long as some people have been into it, but it's long enough. I've made a couple of videos about um, the stuff that goes on, the infighting and the disagreements, and how it gets muddy and nasty really quick. Once again, I'll go on the record as saying lead by example, talk about the problem and not the people behind the problems. Give the world an example of how to do it right. Yes, I agree. But there's also the other side to it, to where when some of these people are doing something that's so heinous, it needs to be called out. I'm not opposed to that either. Um, I hate the drama. I don't like being tied to it. But I think that something needs to be done. Um, let's see here. Something I wanted to read to you guys. Um, this is out of The Secret Teaching of All Things. Morning, Batmon. An ancient philosopher once said, "He who has not even a knowledge of common things is a brute among men. He who has an accurate knowledge of human concerns alone is a man among brutes. But he who knows all that can be known by intellectual energy is a god among men. Man's status in the natural world is determined, therefore, by the quality of his thinking." That says a lot. Man's status in the natural world is determined, therefore, by the quality of his thinking. So, it does. But how do we go about this? I'm not sitting here saying that I'm going to start calling people out right away. But if it so happens that I have to, I will. I'm not perfect. I've never claimed to be. And I'm telling you right now, you guys you see me. If you were to meet me on the street today, this is me. I'm the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But there are things about myself I want to improve. There's things about myself I want to change and make for the better. That's part of growing. It's part of evolving as a human being. That's the ideal utopia, isn't it? Why can't we all be adults, see each other as equals, respect that there is knowledge to be gained from everyone? This is true. Yeah, I got a little music in the background. Yeah, there's a little music in the background, something different. But this, the lies and the deceit, it's got to be addressed somewhere along the line, you know? But yeah, that's one of the things I've been thinking about. I do want to get that panel together. If you guys have any ideas of any names of any people who you'd like to see on this discussion panel, I'd like to have, you know, 4 to 5 people, myself included, to sit down and talk about this. If you have any names, message me and I'll see if I can get a hold of them and see if they'll come on and talk about it. Only liars and shady people can't handle the truth. The rest of us don't mind it. That's right. That's right. I'll make sure. I'll make sure that they get screenshot of this right here and make sure she sees this. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. This is also very true. Um, I was once one to go off half cocked and make a video out of how I was feeling at the moment. But I've taken to where I'll write some of this stuff down because I'll lose it. I've had a lot of rants to myself in the car on the way to work. Stuff that would have been really good here. And after that, I've got it out of my system and I'm done. Um, like I said, if you guys have names of people you would like to see on a discussion panel about bringing new people and change to the paranormal community, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to see those names. Drop them in the comment section. Message me on Facebook. Absolutely. I've had some epic ones though. I have some really good ones. I mean, to the point to where I said, "Hey, that's really good. Let's see if I can do that again." And then it's gone. It's the fart in the wind, man. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Wow. uh, um, well, look at there, pyramid. I do believe Marty's on board with this. I believe she'll come on and have a whirl at it. I'm gonna have to check that out. UFO Kelvin Parker abduction. No, I have not. I have not seen that, Mr. Lee. I have not seen that. I'm gonna check that out. Oh me lordy. Let me change up the music a little bit. Uh, hey Max, you seeing this pal? You seeing this pal? Good to see you too, Brandy. It's good to be back. I've been for a little bit, you know. Pups are running around like they ain't got good sense, and that's a good thing. It means they're happy. My cats are doing the same thing. I got this huge cat tree that I've got one that just absolutely loves it and is bound and determined to try to tear it all to hell. It looks like if you remember the old Bugs Bunny cartoons with the Tasmanian Devil and how he used to spin around and well, that's what he sounds like when he gets into that cat tree. He gets to the top. There's a pedestal, but that the mount for the pedestal, he tries to tear it all to hell. Good to hear that. Good to see you, buddy. Been a while. Been a while. That's what they say. They say that we really do. We feed off of one another. And I can respect that, Max. There's I'm looking at a lot of bullshit going on right now between some of these bigger content creators and what a fucking drama that is and what a mess. And it all started with somebody saying, "Well, this isn't right, and I need to call this out." And oops, it's so and so. And next thing you know, there's this big whole internet drama that goes on. But you're right, Max. There's got to be a way to go around all that to where you're not putting a spotlight on that problem and giving it more attention than it needs. Does that make any sense, guys? Oh, I know. I know. Oh, I know. I mean, it's a work. It's not something that's going to be done overnight. Yep. Same here. That's where I'm at. Oh, I know. I know. I think he's done it in a pretty decent way. Brent, I think he's done all right. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, that's what I was saying earlier. He said he backs up what he says. Exactly. He has his receipts. That's what I'm saying. I personally am not going to start naming names when I don't have anything to back any of that up. That's just creating drama. That's creating stuff that shouldn't be there. If you have the receipts to go with what you're saying, if you've got what it takes, the evidence it takes to back up what you're saying, then go for it. If not, you're creating a mess that you don't need. Let's see. Mm, yeah. See, it's a touchy situation. I mean, I can look. I'm not clairvoyant or anything, but a little bit of an empath, and I can tell there's a tension that starts when you start talking about this stuff. There are people who are very passionate about this subject and doesn't we don't want to see it abused. We don't want to see everything that's been worked so hard for just tore down by people wanting to profit off of other people's misery. And I've talked about that before, but there's got to be another way around it. um, One person, all it takes, all it takes, the right person with the right connections and the right know-how to start a landslide of absolute shit and destroy whatever you've been trying to accomplish. Well, what in the world? Would you fix her, Papa? This is also true. This is the problem right here. There's loyalty, and you can't fault someone for being loyal to a point. Do they smell like Cheerios or do they smell like Fritos? How you give up hamburger and eggs? Yeah, he's bored and he's missing you and he's getting back at you for leaving him alone. But yeah, there's a loyalty base that with some of these influencers, these content creators, um, they're blind, totally blind. The loyalty is just off the chart, and it's very indicative of the political alignment in the nation today. I don't like bringing politics into it, but politics is in everything now. Let's just face it. Um, there's divisions. There's tribal divisions. Um, I've heard this mentioned. Your vibe is your tribe, and all this other stuff that's here. That I've heard that mentioned here in the channel. As cool as that sounds, I see how much tribal division um, can cause problems. Yes, sir. Jeffro, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? We talk about some sensitive topics today. Um, but you're right, Brent. That loyalty and friendships do get in the way of openly talking about hoaxers, and I hate, I hate that. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. It's always been that way. That's my buddy. You're not going to talk about him that way, blah, blah, blah. Even when this person knows he's a complete asshat. But this is something. This is something I really would like to take a whack at and try to come up with some ideas of how maybe we as a fellowship um, or a community can get some solutions that help us get past all this mess. Um, to stop blindly looking into some of these people that we've looked up to for years. Um, when I prime example for me when I was looking into um, religion and how far it goes back, and you know our origins as human beings, and all of this originated from looking into and researching the Sasquatch phenomenon. Right? Wanted to know, where does it come from? What are we truly related? What are they, the Nephilim? So on and so forth. But jumping down that rabbit hole, I found a lot of things that shook my tree and my faith, right? It totally shifted my paradigm. And I suffered a lot of cognitive dissonance for a while. I was in total denial about what I was reading. I was buying into that stuff. Oh, it's of the devil and blah, 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 blah. But this is where we're at when it comes to some of these influencers and people who we've looked up to and admired for a long time. And when some of them turn out to be much less than what we thought, it's upsetting. It really is. And some of it might turn people off altogether from the subject. Um, there's a certain amount of research that needs to be done in this field legitimately. And I think you guys know how I feel about scientific research and proving the existence of Sasquatch or anything like that to the scientific community. I could give a flying rat's ass about that. I don't give a goddamn about proving anything to the scientific community. We're the ones that matter. We can educate ourselves. Bat Mom, love you, darling, but I'm not mentioning that right now. I'll tell you later. I will tell you later. Is that cool? That cool? Yeah, I'm not. I'm not name dropping today. I'm not. I'm not going to do it. All I can say is check out the Tall One's YouTube channel. Look at some of his content and some of the stuff that he's pulled up there. He's got some good hard evidence. Stuff that's been buried on a lot of people. Um, and it's a lot more common. Brent's done a really good job um, um, doing the delivery. But I want what I like to do right now on this channel right here is to see what we can do about, you know, pulling ideas about bringing new people into the fold, new people, fresh ideas who aren't, privy to all this other bullshit, and understand that the masses, we are the ones who are the ones that need the convincing, or we're the ones who will do the better job of convincing other people. Um, right. Um, okay. What's opened my mind a lot, and I've promoted this book quite a few times in the last few episodes of my show, and there's so much if you see right here, right there, my bookmark, this is how far I've gotten into this book. This one right here. There is so much information. Wow. So much information. I'm working my way through things. And the background music creeps you out. Yeah. Well, it's coming up to the top of the hour anyway. Absolutely. Let's see. This is fact. This is fact. There's a reason why I want to have a panel together. I have not, Mr. Lee. So I'm writing a lot of this down. Ah, yes. Get back to basics. Is that what you're saying, Max? Get completely back to basics. Drop the bullshit and do what's right. Say, Jay, how you doing, buddy? I'm hanging in there, Jay. I'm hanging in there. You had me to argue. That means there's discourse there. That means there's not a whole lot of an agreement there all the time. They're not a hive mind. That's what we need. And this is also true. Just justice is relative. I know Batmom. Uh, but yeah, I think it's a discussion that needs to be had. I think it's things that we need to look at and consider and be concerned about. If, those of us who are actually have a passion to the subject. Um, we can do better. I think we can do so much better, and turning off the voices of those people that are steering people in the wrong direction and doing things for profit, um, for their own personal um, you know advancement. Um, we need to turn that off somehow or other. I think a lot of it has to do with just not paying attention to them anymore. You know, sharing is caring. Is that right, Brent? Yeah. I know, right? Well, everybody, I'm Lee McNew. There's my name. And we're walking contradiction. That's exactly right. So here we are, top of the hour, 2 minutes after, actually. And we've had a kind of a deep discussion about this stuff. This is something I wanted to get off my chest, something I wanted to talk about. Once again, um, the tall ones, Brent's doing all the work. I have done shit. Really, right now, I've done nothing. But I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to bring it. Max freaking, yeah. You see my attention span, squirrel. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep it in mind. Hopefully, I'll be here tomorrow morning with another show, and we can discuss something a little bit more lighter um, on a Tuesday, like maybe donuts and coffee and crumpets, crumpets and tea, something like that. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of it. Um, it's good seeing everybody again. Thank you all for hanging out, and coming by, spending your time with me. It's been wonderful. Thanks again, everybody. Max, I'll holler at you later, and I'll and Bat Mom, I'll holler at you too. All right. Mm, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Well, I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you, and I appreciate all the kind words earlier. I do appreciate that. Y'all be careful out there. Be safe, and as always, until next time, I love you, mean it. Bye.